Good evening everyone, and welcome to WWE 2K18 predicting and simulating the events of Extreme Rules this Sunday. Basically it's 2018 now. I don't know why I just said that, but yeah, this is the first Extreme Rules of the year. Normally it's earlier in the year than this, but for whatever reason they've jumbled up the pay-per-views because of the breakdown of the basically the brand exclusive pay-per-views. So, first match we're predicting is Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, and basically I think that Finn Balor ideally should win this, but recently Constable Corbin has been, as a character, on the rise. At least he's been getting a bit of a push since winning that, so it could very well go WWE booking style. Constable Corbin picks up the victory. I mean, they did have Finn Balor lose to Kane last year in a singles match, which was oddly not very much hype behind it. In other news, Baron Corbin and Finn Balor, sorry, scoot the mic there, and WWE 2K18, they're both around about equally matched. I think Finn Balor's slightly higher stats, so I think in terms of who's going to pin who in 2K18, it's going to be Finn Balor picking up the victory, but I could see WWE's booking that Baron Corbin is going to win on the pay-per-view, potentially building up to SummerSlam where Finn Balor will pick up the victory, because I don't see Finn Balor facing Brock Lesnar anytime soon for that Universal Championship. They just continue to hurt him and put him down. Okay, now that we're that's past, just going to take a little second and talk to you about the Money in the Bank predictions. So I done the Money in the Bank 2018 predictions last month, and as I did it live, I was having technical difficulties. I found that the voice was cracking up and there was no sound coming in at all. No words were audible, so I had to just remove that and issue an apology. So instead of that, we're now no longer doing this show live. Kez is undergoing some issues in his personal life, so he won't be around for a while either. It's got a video with him still to go out though, which will probably be our last for a while until he gets an internet connection and new accommodation for himself. Meanwhile, starting 2 weeks from now, we've got the Pro Wrestling World Cup on the channel. This is just the first announcement of it. Teams will start getting the group stages will start getting announced on this coming Sunday, the same day as Extreme Rules. We'll announce Block A of the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Basically, the World Cup is going to be 64 wrestlers from 8 different groups, and the top 2 of each group will go on to the final tournament, which will be 16 people. So yeah, it'll be 1 fall per elimination, and that is going to begin on the 23rd of July. I think that's right, yeah, the 23rd of July that will begin, and it will run for about 2 months roughly. And other news, because that's not all, we've got some new shows starting next week coming, not including the Pro Wrestling World Cup, of course. This just happens to coincide with the ending of the actual FIFA World Cup, which comes to an end this weekend. At time of recording, we're just awaiting England versus Croatia happening tonight. I'm looking forward to that one. I think Croatia's going to pick this victory up, which may be blasphemous, but people have always said oh, England, shouldn't you support England even though you live in Scotland? Well, you don't see Manchester United fans supporting Liverpool, and when they're in a big tournament, Manchester United aren't. Manchester United fans will still support Manchester United because that's what you that's the team that you follow, or the same. I'm just pulling 2 English teams around. The ones that are obvious are Celtic and Rangers. Celtic fans aren't going to support Rangers in the Champions League or vice versa, and Real Madrid and Barcelona fans aren't going to look after the other team. So there you go. Like I said, Finn Balor has just won the first round matchup. It's not first round. This isn't the World Cup yet. Finn Balor will be in the World Cup. I'm going to confirm that just now for you. It's going to be in Block D. No, wait. Block F. Block F is the European block. So there's the first confirmed name for the Professional World Cup that begins next week on the channel. Well, at the time of recording, it's about 10 days away from that. Right, we're not going to waste no stats needed, just straight on to the next match. Right, now we're going to talk about the matches that I'm not running on this show, simply due to time constraints. That's the Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, of course, the 30-minute Iron Man match. I've only got an hour to tape this, so an hour long Iron Man match, 30 minutes even. It's going to be a great match, I think, but I can't help but think that Dolph Ziggler is going to find a way to win, because he's not a transitional champion. They're going to have him, obviously. I think he's going to lose it to Drew McIntyre at some point down the line, before he passes on, before he leaves. Like, I think his contract's up in September, so I think either SummerSlam or whatever comes after SummerSlam. Don't even know what pay-per-view is after that. Hell in a Cell maybe. The schedule's all changed, but Dolph Ziggler is going to lose it to Drew McIntyre, so he's not going to lose it to Seth Rollins in this rematch. Seth Rollins is going to go onwards and upwards. I feel like head back towards the top of the card, especially with Brock Lesnar rumoured and speculated to lose the championship at SummerSlam, whether it's to his challenger, which will hopefully be Bobby Lashley, or no, not Roman Reigns, definitely not Roman Reigns, anyone but Roman Reigns. And Brock Lesnar could potentially beat Bobby Lashley and then get the championship dropped by Braun Strowman cashing in the Money in the Bank, which is almost basically a guarantee at this point. So that's one match covered. So now we're watching Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss, and this one's a complicated one because Nia Jax done the whole anti-bullying thing with Bliss, and then became the bully in the feud with Ronda Rousey, only for Alexa Bliss to cash in her Money in the Bank contract, and now it's basically went back to Nia Jax is supposed to be the lovable character, and Alexa Bliss is, oh, she's the bitch type of thing. But no, I didn't like the idea of putting Nia Jax on, especially like she's too green. They shouldn't have done it in the first place, so I don't think they'd put the belt back on Alexa Bliss, who's proven herself over several reigns as champion now. She's not going to just drop it straight away back to Nia Jax, because she's just beaten. So Alexa Bliss is going to win this. Meanwhile, in the game, I'm hoping that Alexa Bliss will win this in 2K18's mind, but if she doesn't, then too deadly. Could be Nia Jax. Let's see what other matches. Another match that's scheduled for this Sunday. We've already talked about Rollins versus Ziggler. That I've not put on the card is Carmella versus Asuka, and this is a appropriate one to talk about. Basically, it's Carmella versus Asuka, isn't it? And it's like, you know, I should really do a wee bit more research, especially with the fact that this is a pay-per-view and whatnot. So Carmella versus Asuka is going to happen in a singles match. James Ellsworth suspended by the ring in a shark cage. I see shenanigans happening. Asuka's not going to win the belt until SummerSlam, and I just wonder. Yeah, Asuka's not going to win the belt until SummerSlam. It's going to be a big event, and it's not going to happen like this, at least. I could have even seen Ronda Rousey beating Carmella down the line, but there's something just feels off. It doesn't feel like it's Asuka's time to win over Carmella. And now just going to go back and beat up Alexa Bliss for a while. Right. So I think that was Nia Jax also winning the championship there. Right, we've got Daniel Bryan and Kane versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the tag team title. Basically, I think there's one or two scenarios that they could use in this match. Either Kane and Daniel Bryan are going to win the championships and they'll play it by ear to find out the results to the governancy, which is what I think is least likely, because therefore you're just going to have transitional champions if he ends up getting that career. Whereas what you can do is you can use it to put on a good match at SummerSlam. Kane and Daniel Bryan have proven themselves several times before to put on good matches. Extreme Rules 2014, for example, SummerSlam 2013, as well as like the build-ups to WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan and Kane have always got that good chemistry and very entertaining together, whether it's tag team or against each other. So I think that having Daniel Bryan versus Kane at SummerSlam makes sense. If it's going to be, it could possibly be Kane's last real match. He might appear at Royal Rumble, and he might appear in like the Unshine Memorial Battle Royal, but I think if Kane gets elected, SummerSlam is going to be his last real stand, because like in the weeks leading up to SummerSlam, like they'll need to write him off TV anyway, but he will probably appear at the pay-per-view just to take that loss. So Daniel Bryan and Kane will lose to Bludgeon Brothers due to shenanigans. Mainly, I think it will be disagreements on the part of Team Hell No, because like it's been a long time. There are different people now we're supposed to believe. So like Kane, might not be as comedic and stuff as he once was, and might end up just turning heel on Daniel Bryan, leading to their SummerSlam match where Bryan will get the revengeance that he so desires. Another tag team match on the card is Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the B Team. The B Team, I've not really followed their stuff, but I've heard they've been doing great work and hilarious stuff. But I don't see Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel being on the rise that far that quickly. It's a little hard to believe, especially by WWE standard, where they tend to go for like the tried and tested, such as like reforming the Shield or having Team Hell No challenge for the championships. I think pretty sure like a few years ago they had the New Age Outlaws at 50 years old win the championships. And they also had the Ascension and the Revival, as well as other guys like Drew McIntyre, and that all get squashed by legends in the past. So WWE aren't afraid to show that they're dedicated to the old guard. So what I see is Hardy and Bray Wyatt retaining the championships, but I can't say what would surprise me if the B Team won. I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say it was like that shocking. I'd just say like it was shocking by WWE standards, but with how popular they are, like they definitely do deserve the tag team championship. But I don't see that happening. I think the B Team are on the rise, Hardy and Wyatt are on the downfall, but it's WWE booking. So that's how I'm voting for that one. What else? I suppose we've also got the tables match, 6-man tag, whether that's in a pre-show or I'll just take a wee look see at that. It's New Day versus Sanity, which set on paper sounds like a great match. No good in that. tables and pancakes that's in the kickoff show. Right. We'll talk more about that in a second. Right, so Team Hell No won, according to WWE. But I still don't think that's going to be the case when storylines are taken into account. Right, so back to the focus. The New Day, Kofi Kingston, Big E and Xavier Woods versus Sanity, Eric Young, Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. I think Sanity are new. They've already eaten defeat, which I think was really silly. You don't just put somebody in and have them lose like their first couple of matches, especially like when it's like a veteran like Eric Young and guys that have a lot of upside like Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane have a bright future ahead of them inside and outside the WWE. So I definitely think Sanity need the victory more. They've got a lot more left to prove. New Day are perhaps winding down. Like, I don't see them like a year from now doing much else. I see them all going off into their own separate things, whether it's a tag team and a singles wrestler or 3 individual singles wrestlers. Like, one of them is definitely going to break off and head towards the main event scene. Likely, from rumours, Big E, but it could also be Kofi Kingston because he's been there a while and like he's proven that he does deserve a higher spot than what he's been given. He just needs to get given the opportunity. Same with Xavier Woods actually as well. You could say about all 3 of them. Like, they could go the way of the Shield eventually. So this match, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage. It would be silly for Braun Strowman to lose, but it's WWE booking and Braun Strowman doesn't need the victory because he's already got that briefcase that will secure him his championship victory at SummerSlam. But how damaging is it if he loses to Kevin Owens? And not having the shenanigans in play, we'll have Braun Strowman break Kevin Owens through the bottom of the ring or through the steel cage door in that typical like Greatest Royal Rumble ending fashion, where Owens just happens to hit the ground first and it's counted as a victory. Or that can happen. 2K18 with its dodgy steel cage matches. That's actually quite disappointing though. You could do better, like you could do better 2K Sports. That's just nuts. But yeah, I completely agree with 2K18 there. Kevin Owens is going to win that match. Right, so next up we've got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship. This one's quite the easy one. Shinsuke Nakamura's going to win. I'd say like this match was actually just made because Jeff Hardy wasn't available, or was it Nakamura? I don't know. One of them wasn't available because of illness or something, so they had to postpone this match for a week, and it ended up just getting bumped to the pay-per-view. But I think when it was on TV, I think Jeff Hardy was going to win. But now that it's on pay-per-view, I think they will go the route of having a title change. Shinsuke Nakamura lost to AJ Styles 3 pay-per-views in a row. 3 pay-per-views in a row losing. That's just insane, really, isn't it? So I would be shocked if Shinsuke Nakamura does not win this. Even if it's like just like that and it's about 10 seconds long. What's even wrong with? I thought that was going to be it there. I was going to say, what's even wrong with these matches in 2K18 that they're all lasting literally a few minutes each? So I definitely think that in 2K18 and in real life, Nakamura's going to win. I mean, like, this match itself has been all Nakamura in 2K18. Obviously, you know, it's going to be a great match, I think, in reality. Because like, they do seem like they've got similar styles. It's going to be hard hitting, high flying, really technical. And that'll be Shinsuke Nakamura's first victory and, well, first championship victory in WWE. It's first of many, perhaps. And now we're on to the sub-main event. I know it's not sub-main event already. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. I think that's the sub-main event. I might put in another one afterwards. Not too sure. Either way, Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. It's gonna have to be Roman Reigns that wins, isn't it? Though, I'm fingers crossed. I think they've damaged Bobby Lashley quite a bit with the whole Sami Zayn family angles. Like, we didn't need to see, like, you know, Bobby Lashley get made vulnerable at a time when he's supposed to look his strongest, and we're supposed to be building up basically the next champion. Is like what Vince McMahon obviously had intended for him when he brought Bobby Lashley back in, because he's been world champion everywhere. He's had lots of success in MMA and in wrestling. It just makes more sense just to Bobby Lashley just to cap it off with a world championship victory. But no, they've damaged him now. I think it's just more likely that Roman Reigns is going to win. I think especially in like this WWE 2K18 simulation, I mean, like, the stats are all with Roman Reigns, because obviously he's the golden boy, so like they give him high stats. But yeah, like, it's going to be Roman Reigns. As I was saying earlier, we were talking about new shows coming soon. I already talked about Pro Wrestling World Cup quite a bit. Got a Skyrim show coming up next week. It was going to start this week, then I remembered that I had a pay-per-view to cover, so I ended up spending the time doing this video instead of actually playing a game, you know. We've also got a Sims 4 series coming in August. We've got Season 2 of Swords of Ditto, which is going to follow the second sword, which is another hero. That will start on the 25th, I think. We also have it's the Dominator. Nope, Roman Reigns kicks out. We also have as I've said, Sims 4, I've said Skyrim. Sonic Mania. I mean, I've got 2 more parts left, so that's going to end on the 24th as well. We've got another episode of Improbable Challenge coming in the next few weeks, along with another Welcome to Focusing on Online highlights. We've got another White Noise 2 videos being made and it's ready to go out, so like that'll go out hopefully sometime soon. I'll get that scheduled in, and I think that's it really for now. But like, you know, there's plenty of stuff in the works, especially like Pro Wrestling World Cup's going to take a couple of months, so like that's basically us sorted. Plus, of course, what even is every single Friday, leave some comments of indie games that you want me to play or anything that you're interested in seeing, and I will take a look at that and I'll do a video on it and I'll give some first impressions. Make it a good one, make it something interesting, or make it something funny, make it something weird. I like 3D platformers, give me some of them. Just give me anything that you don't want to spend your money on but you want to see me spend my money on. Like, you know, just like, you know, it's just like a practical joke. Like, you go, haha, I can't believe you actually played that. I will play it. What else have we got? Yeah, no, that covers it. Like, so like, share, subscribe, and subscribe to the channel, ding the bell for notifications, and check out What Even Is every single Friday without fail. I think we've done one that wasn't. Recently, we've done one that wasn't a Friday because that's the Detroit Become Humans coming out. And we had another video we had to put it on the Friday, on the next day, and I can't remember exactly what that was at the time. So, WWE 2K18 predicts Extreme Rules. We've spent more time talking about other things than we have about like the actual matches happening here, but they've all been really, really short. Definitely keep an eye out as well, because I'll also be doing a WWE 2K18 predicts on SummerSlam in a few weeks. Just like, or you know, whenever SummerSlam airs. I think that might actually be the middle of August, so I don't think that's 4 weeks away, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, it's coming. There's Roman Reigns on Crucifix Powerbomb. Spun up for yet another spear. This is going to be the one to do it. Yep, 2 spears. Bobby Lashley's not kicking out of that. I think it might just take. I think it will take 1 spear from each of them, and they'll kick it out, and then Roman Reigns will do a second one at Extreme Rules and pin Bobby Lashley. Right. And we're on to our last match indeed, which I'm grateful for because I feel absolutely knackered in the throat for the amount I've been talking. I'm going to take a quick drink, see. So it's the WWE Championship, AJ Styles versus Rusev. Rusev's only getting this match because of how popular Rusev Day is, and I think Aiden English is going to actually cost him it, leading to the eventual rise of Rusev as part of like a rejoining with Lana and a departure from Aiden English. Plus, AJ Styles has been putting on some of his best work ever. Like his most recent match against Shinsuke Nakamura was the match. Everyone's been lauding it as the match that Styles and Nakamura always were meant to have. Like even though like the other two were pretty lackluster, especially the end into the Extreme, the Greatest Royal Rumble one. Wait, Greatest Royal Rumble? Backlash. Styles vs Nakamura happened 4 times, 4 pay-per-views, not 3. The Greatest Royal Rumble one was meh because it didn't have it was a non-finish. The Backlash one, I think the Backlash one ended up in a double counter or something like that. I'm not too sure. I think it actually took Styles all this time to actually just get the pinfall victory, decisive one. Either way, like Styles vs Nakamura, they eventually had the match they were all supposed to have. Styles versus everyone else has always been great. Styles vs Bryan was on free TV, and that was a good match. AJ Styles vs Samoa Joe is highly anticipated for SummerSlam, so that's probably where they're going to go. He's definitely like the best all-round match wrestler in the WWE. He's like just naturally gifted with it. I would say Seth Rollins also is, but like I just think AJ Styles vs Seth Rollins is another great pay-per-view match that they need to put on at some point. I think I'd actually prefer that to like the Styles vs Bryan, Styles vs Balor match that they put on last year's, the nice big surprise. Brock Lesnar vs AJ Styles as well. Like Styles even got a good match out of Brock Lesnar, but who just doesn't even try. Neck breaker onto the knee. I'm pretty sure like I made this a singles match. I think they just like throw in Extreme Rules stipulations because of the pay-per-view in this game. Because this is the first match that actually used the weapons. personally would just make every match an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules anyway, because like there's no point having the name otherwise. We've only got a few this time, and like it would make it a lot more interesting if like it was just a match where there was no disqualifications and everyone just found a different way in each match to batter the hell out of each other. Like remember when a few years ago it was TLC 2013 or something like that. It was tables, ladders, chairs and stairs, and they had one of each match. They had a table match, a ladder match, a chairs match, a stairs match and a TLC match. That's 5 matches, all of which showcase a different aspect of the TLCS style. Even though stairs match was a bad idea, just like all about slamming each other onto steel steps, and it was a pinfall to win. It's just like why you even use the stairs? Why not just turn the ring mat, replace the mat with steel steps, like the top of the steel steps, like sort of a jaggy looking pattern. It will still be soft because obviously it's like wrestling is choreographed and it's staged. It would create that added ability to sell because of the painful looking canvas that they're following on, the painful looking metal sheet, if you will. Rusev's locked in the accolade. Do you think that'll be it? No. Styles breaks out. Oh, Rusev has like some real rolling skills. He's actually very, very agile for the size that he is. I've always liked Rusev's ability. Like I actually enjoyed his matches with John Cena when nobody else really did. I think like he really shown what he could do, but then like after that he just like never got a chance to again. I think the 4 losses to the 4 matches against John Cena, 3 of which were losses, just didn't do justice. I think they should just have left it with like Rusev beating John Cena that first time, and then like just said, right, someone's allowed to win a pay-per-view against John Cena, someone's allowed to win a feud, because they never got the chance to recover from that until now, and that's why, because he went out his way to do the Rusev Day thing with Aiden English. But Styles going for the flying forearm. Yep. Nope. I thought it would be the flying forearm, but alas it was not. But this might be the build up. Is it the build up? Nope. It's the backbreaker onto the knee again, which normally leads to the Styles clash, but instead Styles is just going to go for the pin just now. No. This match is continuing on. I still think one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in all time, and you can fight me, is Turning Point 2009. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, just everything was paced excellently. I think the only match that tops it was, like, that's probably my second favourite match now, because Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada from Dominion 2018 is just a match worth seeing. It's over an hour of just amazing 2 out of 3 falls action, but it doesn't even feel like an hour because of how good the pace is, how dramatic it is. But yeah, Styles goes to shake hands with Rusev. Rusev slaps that away. That's heel Rusev for you. And there we go. What we're just going to do is we're going to exit out, and I'm just going to sum up basically what's happened, because that only took half an hour roughly. If it loads. So, WWE 2K18 predicts Finn Balor will beat Baron Corbin. I predict Baron Corbin will beat Finn Balor. Women's Championship, WWE 2K18 predicts Nia Jax will beat Alexa Bliss. I predict Alexa Bliss will beat Nia Jax. 2K18 predicts that Team Hell No will win. I predict the Bludgeon Brothers will win. You'll see where this is going. Both 2K18 and myself think Kevin Owens will win. Both me and 2K18 think Shinsuke Nakamura will win. We both think that Roman Reigns will win, and we both think AJ Styles will win. So that's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3. Right, so 4 out of 7's no bad. 4 out of 7 is not bad for 2K18's predictions versus my predictions. So we're going to find out which one of us is right. Meanwhile, leave a comment below with your own predictions, but who you think is going to win each of these matches, plus the other 3 matches or however many it was that's not on display here, including Ziggler versus Rollins, how you think that match is going to go. I'm particularly interested in with the nature of the 30-man Iron Man. It's not the 30-minute Iron Man, sorry, is not very common, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how they can execute that in a modern day WWE stage where everyone's matches are getting shorter and attention spans are as well. Okay, with that in mind, I've been Kevin from TBH. This has been 2K18 predicting Extreme Rules. I'll be back again for 2K18 predicting SummerSlam in August. In the meantime, just like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, down the bell for notifications. Let me know what you think about this series. Let me know what you think about everything else in the channel. Just comment on everything. Just love everything. We love you. Thanks very much. Take care, and I'll see you soon.